Welcome to the listening room, everyone. My name is Benjamin, and today I'm kind of gonna be going over the future of this channel as well as I can. So I have been doing videos for a little bit now, obviously, and recording not consistently, but more consistently, releasing a lot more videos than I really ever have before. And it's really been special, and I thank you all so much for tuning in and watching these videos. But I'm kind of showing you guys here today what I would like to do moving forward. Not necessarily a super great timeline, unfortunately, but kind of showing you guys here's what I'd like to be upcoming. So I'm gonna continue my collection videos as much as I can, but I might slow those down a little bit because I don't want to blast through every single collection I have and then have like nothing later on. But I've been kind of showing you guys the main ones that I really like, and I'll go from there. I'm also going to be doing more ranking videos, unfortunately, probably by myself. I'm not entirely sure if I'll do collaborations with anybody at the moment because it's just not really worked out as well as I've been hoping. Just life's got in the way of things with um, my friends, and so it's looking like I'll have to do these solo for a while, which is kind of a bummer because I really liked hearing different perspectives and people um, while they were here. But if that isn't going to work out, then I'm just not going to. I don't want to stop doing rankings just because it's getting in the way of. Um, it's interfering with my friend's life and getting in the way of recording. That's all well and good. And life happens, but I need to do what I need to do for this channel. And so on that same note, I've got a lot of bands lined up. Unfortunately, I've kind of promised a bit too many probably in the CD collections because there's a lot that I want to do. Uriah Heep's one of them that I really want to do. It's a lot of albums though, and haven't really started it yet. What I've started doing is not necessarily listening to every single album all at once, kind of mixing bands up a little bit. In this section right here on the second shelf is the entire Alice Cooper line. I am 5 or 6 albums short of finishing listening to every single one and finishing that list so I can do the ranking. And I have some other bands that I want to do, but I don't have the entire CD collection yet. And I like doing that for the most part, especially if I like all the albums to a certain extent. Specifically, and it's been a big thing right now, but King Diamond, I really want to do an album ranking soon of his catalog because I don't really know if we're going to have any more studio albums at this point. We might. There's been one that's promised since 2018, but especially with Andy LaRocque, their main guitarist, leaving, I really don't know if it's going to happen. And even if it does, like, I can redo the album ranking sometime later down the future, but I don't really know how many more we're going to get with him. And I'm not saying, like, if a band releases more albums or later down the road I can't redo the ranking, but I don't want to just wait on a bunch of albums up to this point, um, because I don't know when the future end is going to be for some of these bands, if that makes sense. But for sure, ones that don't have any more coming are no longer bands at this point. I would really like to. Oh, my hair's going crazy. I would really like to especially do those. I've done several rankings already. I'm looking at my Black Sabbath CD collection, which is great. But I also think I'm going to do Saxon. The reason I haven't done this one yet, obviously I haven't listened to all the albums, but I don't have all the CDs here yet. They're on the way, but I want to wait until those CDs come so that I finish having the collection. I can show you guys which albums they are without having to pull up a phone or something to show you guys. Motorhead is another one I want to do. I haven't done the CD collection of them yet, but a lot of those CDs I don't have, and so I'm thinking I'll wait on that one, but I really want to do those at some point. That's also the same with King Diamond. Those CDs should be shipping the 18th of this month, and I'll get those soon. I'm not sure if I'll wait on his until October or not. That's what I was initially saying, but we'll see if I just want to go ahead and get that one done out of the way, and then do Alice Cooper either in October or whenever I want. I can do that. Slayer, short 2 albums. those should be shipping about mid-August as well. Bought a bunch of CDs off the Metal Blade website, so those should be shipping along with it. And just those final 2 albums that I don't have will complete that collection. Another band that I want to cover, and I just saw them over here, is Death Angel, another great thrash metal band. Really great albums, and so I'm looking forward to hearing more from them. Let's see, what else do I have? Iced Earth is another one. Trying to see all the band. Oh, of course, Judas Priest. I have an original ranking from like a few years ago that I put together, but I didn't hear every studio album, and that list has definitely since changed looking at it, but I might compare them after I do the ranking or something, just for the fun of it. And then we have more album reviews that I want to do. I have lots of more rankings, obviously, but I'm gonna not promise a whole lot, and I'm not entirely sure how quickly I'll be able to release them, but we'll see. Obviously, album reviews, like I just said. Obviously, want to cover this great band, Albion, very melodic, members of Jethro Tull. They were kind enough to sign the CD, but I'm looking forward to reviewing this one because I think it's really great music and it's very memorable. Their debut was awesome, and from what I've heard so far, this might actually be better. I'm looking forward to that for sure. And then obviously another band I want to check out, and I'll let you guys know at some point. Warlock. Only released 4 studio albums, I think, but they are really, from what the little bit I've heard, they sound really special, and so I really want to hear those. One of my favorite bands ever is Black Sabbath, and I want to show you guys my whole collection of that, but there's so much stuff, I'm not entirely sure how I'm going to do that yet. But what I would like to do is go over and review every single studio album that they ever did. I actually already did one for them, so I can't release... I did this one a long time ago, so I can't release them quite in order, but I might go in order and just as much as I can, starting at the beginning and just reviewing every single album individually, just for some short videos and things like that. But you know, just to show you guys my thoughts on one, why I like the albums they are, but also some of my favorite tracks and things like that, and what I recommend, because I already did an album ranking on that a long time ago. It was the first one I ever did, and it was in collaboration with one of my friends, but at this point I don't know if collaboration is going to happen again after, I don't remember how many, I'm trying to look and see how many album rankings that I've done. Go to playlist. I've done 13. I did one of Deep Purple recently, solo, and the very first ranking the 70s albums from Sabbath and Zeppelin was the very first technical ranking I did. But for studio albums, I've only done one of those solo and every other one in collaboration, and it's been October 15 of last year was the last one I did in collaboration with a friend, and at this point I'm not sure if it's ever going to happen again. It might, just maybe not with the same one, so we'll see. But unfortunately I'll have to do those solo for the time being, but that'll be my opinion, so if you guys want to put yours in the comments below, I would be very grateful. Let's see, what else do we have? I have a lot of backlog that I need to listen to and review. A lot of solo albums and things like that, as I was talking about with this one here. Trying to just see, I'm gonna do classic albums, I'm gonna do recent ones. I did Lex Legion not long ago, fabulous album, one of the potential albums of the year for sure, best one I've heard so far, I think, of 2026, but you know, got some good stuff on that. Might do my favorite box sets that I own at some point. Sure, obviously you guys can see some down here, Pink Floyd Discovery and Judas Priest one right there. Not that those necessarily will make my favorite, but I do have a decent bit of box sets, especially some right here. It's weird on the camera like that though. There's some other ones. Those are some vinyl box sets, and I think some of them came with CDs and stuff like that. Another band that I want to really highlight too at some point, and I might do that one in more the winter time because this is kind of when I listen to the band especially, is Agalloch or Agaloch. I'm not entirely sure which one you say. Probably Agalloch, but I have no idea because I haven't really heard somebody pronounce their name. Really great metal band. They're not necessarily black metal. They have that vocal style at times, but there's clean vocals. I've heard of them called dark metal. They're just really great band to listen to. It's really nothing like them, and I think they reformed recently, like within the last few years or something, after calling it quits after a while. But I'll do an album ranking on them. They don't have a whole lot, but I want to definitely do those because they're just a wonderful group, and I really just enjoy listening to their music. Let's see, is there anything else that I need to cover my bases on? If you guys have video suggestions of what you would like me to do, please put them in the comments below. Feel free to. I may not do them, but I also may do them. You know, we'll see. I'm also working on the office of putting it more together. It's not, I don't think it's bad the way it's set up, but it's incomplete for sure. I have like other posters and things that I want to put up. I want to probably have some records that I want to put on the wall, not necessarily like poke something through the records, but I have like almost a mini shelf that they'll sit on. I might put them back there or something. I don't know if the poster's going to stay where it is. It just feels a little off center, kind of weird. It's center, I think, for the screen, but it looks weird with the bookshelf here and the CD shelf here, but we'll see. And I'm just kind of trying to feel it out. I kind of like the bookshelf there, but if you guys have any potential suggestions, we'll see. Let me know. I'll put some strip lights up and go from there. But I think that's kind of where I'm at. Thank you all so much for watching and being patient with the upload schedule that will not be probably ever consistent, unfortunately. But, you know, releasing multiple videos in a week has been really refreshing and kind of nice to be able to listen to and watch and record through the various music and just showing you guys my opinions on things. Just realized my lamp was in a weird spot there. You can kind of see it right there. Oh well. Thank you all so much for watching. It really does mean a lot to me. Like the video, subscribe if you're new. Tell your friends about this, and see. Just let me know in the comments what some of your favorite bands are, other suggestions, other bands I should check out. And I will see you all in the next video. Take care, everybody.